These are the fastest street monsters of the 1970s you've never heard of. 10. 1971, AMC Hornet SC 360. When everyone else went big, AMC went scrappy. The Hornet SC 360 was a budget hot rod that punched way above its weight. Under its modest hood sat a 360 cubic inch V8, putting out 285 horsepower. Not bad for a compact built by the smallest of Detroit's Big Four. Weighing just over 3,000 pounds, it could rip the quarter mile in 14.6 seconds, faster than some 396 Chevelle. And it wasn't just numbers. This car felt rebellious. No frills, no apologies, just torque, smoke, and attitude. AMC's engineers called it a poor man's AMX, but on the streets, it earned something better: respect. 9. 1973 Pontiac GTO 455. By 1973, muscle cars were on life support. Insurance rates were brutal, gas prices were worse, and Pontiac's once mighty GTO was a shadow of itself, except for one forgotten monster. The optional 455 cubic inch V8 still cranked out a stout 250 net horsepower, roughly 350 gross, and 370 pound-feet of torque, enough to light up the rear tires in a smoky farewell to the golden era. It wasn't the fastest on paper, but it felt like rebellion on four wheels. The 1973 GTO was the last gasp before Pontiac's Firebird rose to carry the torch. In a world turning slow and soft, this car was a middle finger to compromise. 8. 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. You'd never guess a Buick could humble a Hemi, but the GSX Stage 1 did exactly that. With its 455 V8 rated at 360 horsepower and a monstrous 510 pound-feet of torque, the most of any American production car at the time, this gentleman's muscle could launch from 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds. In an era obsessed with raw chaos, the GSX did it with class, chrome, comfort, and quiet menace. It was the muscle car you could take to the country club after dusting a Charger at the lights. It didn't shout, it growled, and that made it terrifying. 7. 1971 Ford Torino Cobra 429 Super Cobra Jet. The Torino Cobra was Ford's street-legal drag weapon, a big, beautiful, blunt instrument built for domination. Beneath its long, angry hood lay the legendary 429 Super Cobra Jet, rated at 375 horsepower, but whispering closer to 450 in reality. Ford equipped it with functional ram air, 3.91 gears, and solid lifter camshafts. It was basically a factory-built race car in Sunday clothes. The Torino wasn't subtle. It was built for quarter-mile bragging rights, and it delivered them in about 13.8 seconds. It was the muscle car equivalent of a heavyweight boxer wearing a tuxedo, all power, no patience. 6. 1970 Plymouth Duster 340. While everyone drooled over Cudas and Roadrunners, the Duster 340 quietly became one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the street. Its high-winding, small-block 340 made 275 horsepower, but could spin up fast, hitting 6,000 RPM like it meant it. At under 3,200 pounds, the Duster felt nimble, angry, and alive. It didn't need cubic inches to make a statement. With a 4-speed and a set of slicks, these things ran mid-13s, all while looking like an economy coupe your grandma might drive. In the 70s, it wasn't the loudest car that won. It was the smartest. The Duster proved brains could beat brawn. 5. 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS 396. Before the Chevelle and Camaro stole the spotlight, the Nova SS 396 was Chevy's dark horse. It looked like an ordinary commuter car, small, square, unassuming, until you stepped on it. Then, the 375 horsepower big block turned it into a street predator. Running 13.5 seconds in the quarter, it could embarrass heavier, pricier cars without breaking a sweat. The Nova SS was the muscle car equivalent of a bar fight in a suit. Clean on the outside, chaos on the inside. It didn't care about image. It cared about winning. 4. 1970 Mercury Cyclone spoiler. If you wanted to see Ford at its most unhinged, you didn't go to a Mustang, you went to Mercury. The Cyclone spoiler packed a 429 Cobra jet rated at 370 horsepower and could hit 60 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds, astonishing for a car the size of a battleship. It had NASCAR in its DNA, aerodynamic lines, competition suspension, and that signature nose cone. Yet despite its power, it vanished into obscurity. Why? Because by 1970, nobody wanted a Mercury. But those who did got one of the wildest machines of the era, a muscle car with the heart of a race car and the soul of a ghost. 3. 1970 Dodge Coronet Super Bee 446 pack. The Super Bee was Dodge's blue-collar warrior. No frills, no nonsense, just brute force. Its 446 pack setup, 3 two-barrel carbs, delivered 390 horsepower and a mountain of torque that could turn asphalt into smoke. What made the Super Bee special wasn't refinement. It was attitude. It was built for guys who couldn't afford a Hemi but wanted to hurt one anyway. With its cartoonish bumblebee graphics and unmistakable whine from those carbs, it became the working man's rocket ship. In the dying light of the muscle era, the Super Bee burned brightest. 2. 1971 Plymouth GTX 440 plus 6. The GTX was called the gentleman's hot rod, but that's underselling it. This car was thunder in a tuxedo. Its 440 plus 6, again that legendary six-pack setup, made 385 horsepower and a staggering 490 pound-feet of torque. It wasn't a stripped-down racer. It had wood trim, bucket seats, and comfort. But on the street, it could crush nearly anything. It wasn't about being the loudest or wildest. It was about dominating quietly. The GTX was proof that muscle didn't need to scream to be dangerous. 1. 1971 Baldwin-Motion Camaro Phase 3. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement of defiance. Built by the mad scientists at Baldwin-Motion in New York, the Phase 3 Camaro was the ultimate outlaw machine. Each one was custom-built and dyno-tested to deliver at least 500 horsepower from a 454 cubic inch monster. Verified 11-second quarter miles, guaranteed streetability, and a warranty, no factory dared to offer that. In a time when the muscle car was dying, Baldwin-Motion was resurrecting it by hand, one beast at a time. These cars were faster than almost anything on the road, and today, they're legends whispered among those who know the real story of American performance.